Dobry den, guten Tag, hola, hello. I am the Sarcastic Cleric, and we are here today with a bit of a controversial video. I would like to start things off with a little disclaimer. Because of recent events that have been brought to light through the press in regards to Blizzard Activision, I just want you to know, I do not condone the purchases of any of their products. I simply have a copy of Diablo Resurrected because of some issues with pre-orders, well, digital pre-orders that happened several months ago. I was unable to cancel the digital pre-order, and thus I am stuck with this purchase. If you are, for whatever reason, on the fence about any product made by Activision or Blizzard or any of the subsidiaries, just know, don't buy them. Just don't. Don't get into any of this mess. So, for the time being, let's go ahead and dive into Diablo 2 Resurrected. Just gonna take a little look here, have some fun, show you guys exactly why it's just not worth a purchase, since it's literally just a graphic overhaul. Well, essentially a graphic overhaul. There's a couple other details, but whatever. Our opening sequence is, of course, Marius sitting in a pool of his own urine. If you don't know who Marius is, you'll find out as the game progresses. Needless to say, he's a guy who really fucked up.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
You have to wonder, did he just decide to commit himself to an asylum? Yes, Tyrael, I recognize you. Are you sure? I mean, that guy's frame is small for Tyrael.
They're always watching. I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think...
For those of you unfamiliar with the lore of Diablo, Tyrael is the Archangel of Justice in this universe. And, well, I don't know, this guy's voice is a little too creepy to represent justice, don't you think?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer.
It was the Wanderer. Yes. But you know, Marius, it takes two to tango.
From my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the eastern gate.
Here we have Marius getting high on opium.
Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return.
Those aren't dreams, Marius. Those are hallucinations.
The evil.
Lay off the drugs.
Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore.
Must be quite the storm out there if it nearly knocked out those torches.
How did he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here?
Okay, Marius, you live in the sanctuary and you don't understand that people can be powerful without being physically strong? Magic is a thing. This is a world of sorcery, necromancers, crazy-ass paladins. But no, this guy who can't lift a sword, he can't possibly be powerful.
He was losing.
So the guy has a seizure, everyone starts laughing at him, and suddenly demons invade the tavern. I feel like the moral of this story is don't be a dick.
The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the wonder?
Well, Marius, if you hadn't had all that opium earlier, you'd probably be able to tell if the demons were real or not. Boy, Diablo must hate alcohol. And now all the demons crawl back into hell. And after witnessing mass slaughter, that's when Marius decides to put down the pipe. Marius, what are you doing?
Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams?
That's a good question. Why are you following him? You just saw him slaughter an entire tavern. You saw demons rushing out of his body and murdering everyone there.
Always.
And now you're gonna walk with him to the east. There's no logical reason for that. I would run the opposite direction. Marius, you are dumber than really anyone from a horror film. Okay, so now they're giving us some information on the basic structure of the game. Online, offline. Designing your character, going through the ladder, or whatever else you want to do. So I think I'll set it up for online play. So here we have the traditional Diablo classes. You have Barbarian, Necromancer, Assassin, Amazon, Paladin, Sorceress, and Druid. Assassin and Druid were introduced during the Lord of Destruction expansion, and have since become a staple of the Diablo universe in one way or another. Now, a lot of people who are going to play this game are going to play the Necromancer class. It is a fan favorite. It is honestly my favorite. But I kind of want to do things a little bit differently and still do a fun character. So yeah, we're going to be doing things as a druid here. More specifically, I'm going to have some fun with my gameplay style, and I'm going to gear up this druid to be kind of a wolf pack leader. Everything wolves, summoning wolves, werewolf form, everything. And after careful consideration, A name for such a wolf character would be the Celtic name Connor. That's a nice little double there. Connor is the name of the Scottish Highlander from the series Highlander, Connor MacLeod. Now, you may be wondering why that? Well, Connor in Celtic means wolf lover, so it works there. And Connor, as I said, Highlander. The druids in this game come from the Highlands. It works twofold. Okay, let's begin the game. I said let's begin the game. Any day now. What is going on here? Oh yeah, that's a good sign. Your game, your servers, everything definitely ready for launch date. If that's the first message I get when trying to make a character. Cannot communicate with the server. Make sure you have PlayStation Plus and blah blah blah. Well, my internet connection is good, my PlayStation Plus is good. The only thing that doesn't seem to be working is Battle.net, i.e. Activision Blizzard. Seriously, guys, you didn't plan for this? A lot of people were gonna want to play online, but Blizzard's like, no! We're not going to take extra precautions to get our servers ready for launch. Maybe Blizzard were the ones who actually leaked the information in regards to the incident at the campgrounds. They wanted to reduce sales, give themselves a little extra time. Or maybe they're just loaded with assholes. I'd believe both. So, let's start things up, finally. As you can see here, already the game was not ready to start.
Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago.
Okay, here we have our basic exposition for the start of the game.
Nothing but evil seems to have trailed in his wake.
Essentially, there's a lot of shit going on in the countryside, and the NPCs around town are going to explain that, among other things, to us.
Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Loot Ghislaine before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive, then I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the
Speak to Akara.
Maybe she can tell you more.
Alright, we will go speak with Akara. Notice it took a little while for him to finish his speech there.
I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome welcome, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid
The Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye.
these rickety walls.
The hell does that even mean?
See, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it. But she turned many of our sister rogues against us
Okay.
and drove us from our ancestral home.
So, Akara is employing you to help take back her homeland, basically.
I implore you, stranger, please help us.
Her and her sisterhood have resided in this area for, well, probably centuries at this point. I don't know. How old is Sanctuary? I don't know. But they've been here a long ass time, and the demons have driven them to this encampment.
Have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you.
How's the Great Eye gonna watch over me if it's sightless? Okay. If you see that little red plus sign in the center there, well, actually, gold plus sign with red around it. That's going to tell you anytime information about your character has been updated, be it quest, level up, allies, whatever. It's basically telling you to press the start button. Alright.
So it begins.
Yes, so it begins. Huh. Those little porcupines are kind of pushovers. The demons, on the other hand, take a couple of hits to take down. I don't know why they're called Fallen. That's just based on the lore of this universe. You know, demons aren't fallen angels in this. They were created another way. Let's just kind of put it at that. The demons came about a different way. So we're going to be wandering the countryside for a while, building up our level and trying to find the entrance to the Den of Evil. And there's our first level up. Alright, so for this we're going to be focusing primarily on Dex and Vitality with a little bit of energy, I think. Eventually we'll also put points into Strength, but it's not as necessary. Now we're going to need the crow here because in order to get the wolves, we first need summon crow or raven or whatever. Yeah, raven, okay. There's honestly not that much of a difference. I mean, they're cousins. Ravens, crows, blue jays even. But Technicalities, I suppose. Have your Raven. It's also nice to have a summon right off the bat, because it'll go off and just attack things for you, helping you to not get surrounded. I don't know about you, but I like not being surrounded. Hey, look at that, my belt is already broken. Yeah, you see that little icon up in the upper right corner of the screen there? Shows a guy in armor, big red thing over the belt. That's how you keep track of your gear. You periodically have to go back and repair things. And some of your items have very, very low durability and need to get repaired frequently.
I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like the victory was short-lived though.
Well, there you have it. The blacksmith wants us to know. The Order of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye fought against Diablo when he first surfaced. It's likely to come up later. The Diablo franchise actually has a very, very rich lore to keep track of. Alright, got ourselves repaired. Got my backpack opened up. You may have noticed something about the pack. A series of little squares along the entire thing. And some items take up 1 square, some take up 4, some take up 6. Well, that's how they have the inventory system set up in this. A greatly limited inventory space. Typically, you either have to go back to town every 10 kills roughly to sell off your shit and repair, or you can not pick up every item along the way, start suffering for gold pretty quickly. Honestly, this backpack system I'm not a fan of. I think I prefer Elder Scrolls' encumbrance system, where you can carry a lot of shit, but if you're not all that strong, you won't be able to move when you pack on too much. Whereas here, your backpack fills up way too quickly. You know, that is a nice feature that was added to Diablo 2 Resurrected. The key bindings. Way back when on PC, there were no real key bindings. There was potions were 1, 2, 3, 4, and your abilities were all mouse left or right. Now you can actually have a decent layout. So I can have the Raven ready as one button here on my PS5. I can have my Werewolf ready on another. I can have all kinds of things ready to go. No more scrolling through my abilities to have what I need set when. Saves a little bit of time. Sometimes convenience is a factor, guys. Sometimes. You may have noticed that that chest just threw a fireball at me. That happens from time to time in this game. For whatever reason, after you open a chest and start to walk away from it, it will launch a fireball at you. It doesn't do it as you're opening it. It doesn't do it when you approach. No. It's as you walk away. I think it's supposed to be a trap, but it's not a very convenient trap. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone, wouldn't you want the chest to just explode upon opening? Alright. Let's get some more decks. There we go. Okay. Werewolf form, because I won't be able to get my summon wolf spirit until much later. Level 6. We're currently at level 3. Now the werewolf form has a very limited duration when you start it off. So you're going to be casting it a lot. On the plus side, right now I have infinite sprint because of this shrine I just went to. The wood seems lighter, and there goes werewolf. Like I said, greatly limited. Now the werewolf and warbear forms are fine because they offer you, strength and health bonuses or attack rating bonuses and like. It's just you need to level everything up. Okay, there's Flobby. She's basically protecting the area to make sure I don't venture out that way until after I clear out the Den of Evil. You may have noticed I had to cast Werewolf Time again. Seems to me my bird friend is lasting longer than my werewolf form.
What you need?
Okay, repair all the gear, sell a bunch of shit again. Now those potions, with the right setup, they can be fantastic. There are some potions when you throw them, they will either release a poisonous cloud or just an explosion or things like that. They can be good. They can. They're not what I'm going for right now. Killing porcupines. Where the hell is the Den of Evil? And before anyone questions it, no, this is not something you can look up online. These maps are basically randomly generated. Now I know it's not 100% random, like there are just layouts, but you have to figure out which layout you received. And frankly, I don't have the time or patience for that. just gonna wander about, killing things, leveling up, and we will find what we need. By the way, another useful tip here, drink plenty of water. Both in real life and in this game, water replenishes your life and your mana. And in real life, arguably the same thing. It can replenish your life and mana. Now you may be thinking, in real life I don't have mana? Yes, you do. You know what, if you prefer, you can also call it mana. Whatever. I've called it both. Here we are, Den of Evil. Now we go through and slaughter literally everything in this little cave, and we'll finish our first quest. The armors are about average right now. Now, you may have noticed that I killed a slightly taller fallen there. Well, that is a fallen shaman. They have a fun little ability where, if you don't kill them first, they just keep resurrecting their allies, the fallen. And every now and then you're going to find more and more enemies, just like these fallen shaman. You want to find them and kill them as quickly as possible. See what I mean? Well, we cleared out that little space. Now we wander about back to the beginning, essentially. Take the other path. Kill all the things. And I do mean all the things. This first quest is basically a murder fest.
Not enough mana.
Not enough mana. Okay. Now, any enemies that have that golden name and tend to have that shinier look, they're allegedly rare spawns and the like. They tend to drop some awesome things. Be it rare weapons, or sometimes legendary armor, depending on how lucky you are. Alright. Very important. Always level up. Another thing that's very important, taking up lycanthropy. If you're going to be a werewolf or a werebear, lycanthropy is a must-have. It increases your duration and increases some of the bonuses you get from that form. Lycanthropy is your best friend when doing the shape-shifting stuff.
Good to see you.
Okay. Oh, need to repair. I wonder if I have enough money for that tome.
Hello.
Excellent. Tome of Town Portal. Very important. It can hold up to 20 of the Scrolls of Town Portal inside of it. And it takes up 2 squares instead of, 20. It can free up a lot of space long term. Now you may be wondering, if you're looking at saving space, why didn't you buy that other tome there? What's wrong with it? The Tome of Identify becomes useless as the game progresses. You will find an NPC who is willing to identify any of your unidentified products. Anything you find, they will, reveal to you. So, Tome of Town Portal, good. Tome of Identify, bad. More fallen. Oh, our quest icon came up. You know what that means? We're almost done with this dungeon. Which means we're almost done with this quest. And there it is.
Is that all?
Oh, man. The druid is a little bit arrogant, don't you think? Is that all of them? Well, since we're finishing up the first quest here, I think this is a good time to call it quits. So, Nasledano, Auf Wiedersehen, adios, goodbye everyone, and just as a reminder, this game is not actually worth it. If you weren't suckered into doing the pre-order, and you're wondering if you should buy it, don't. I don't think I can emphasize that enough. Don't. Don't buy it.